So for those who was questioning about who I am and where I'm at, this is Adam Clayton Powell. This is the building that everyone is in an uproar about. So as I said, South Shore, this is your community, your neighborhood, and this building was not majority Black when the ICE came the other day. Yes, Black people were affected, but this building was overran by illegal Venezuelan gangs. And I just had several conversations with residents who are moving their stuff out of here that confirmed that. So stop letting media put that false narrative in your head that somebody coming for you, because they not. You was born here. You was born on this land. Rise up and stand up on something and stop letting any and everybody tell you something.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Warriors, we have to talk about what's going on in Chicago. You know, the building that got raided and the overwhelming sentiment for those who are on the left side of the political aisle is that somehow President Trump and ICE are targeting Black folks. That's what we'll be talking about today on Chat with me, Linda B. All right, Warriors, you know what to do. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications, stick around to the end. Let's go. I saw these clips. I saw everything going around and I was like, what? When are people going to learn? You cannot trust. Let me tell you guys something. And the woman that just spoke at the beginning of this video laid it out very clearly. Stop letting the media, which is what I was going to say, control our thoughts. They are spinning narratives. Yes, there were Black people in that building, but that building was majority illegal people, Aragua, Venezuelan gangs. And if you happen to be visiting somebody who is an illegal, you know, you guys are chilling, you like each other, you hanging out, watching a football game, and then ICE comes and you happen to be sitting there, they're going to have to check you out. And then when they realize that you are legal and you had nothing to do with Aragua, the Venezuelan gang, then they let you go home. The same as it is with any incidents of illegal activity. If you happen to be there hanging out with people who you don't know that well, and they're involved in things they should not be involved in. Okay, that's how it always works. But I want you all to listen to these people who have sense. And some of them are in Chicago.
All right, y'all. At this point, y'all have really pissed me off, especially you so-called influencers who are taking parts of stories coming out of Chicago and using it for fucking clickbait and engagement. Now, I have been urging my people here to pause so that they can process things. Y'all talking about them coming down on that building out south. Whole time, that building used to be predominantly Black. That building was predominantly Venezuelans, okay? There are people from that neighborhood that have been complaining about that building for a year, okay? They showed y'all broken windows and shit that were already there. These are the things that y'all have to stop doing. And this is why I keep telling people here in the city, particularly Black people, pause so you can process. If y'all start responding to shit out of emotion, then you don't know what the fucking play is, because you haven't had time to actually think. What people are doing are trying to get a rise out of Black Chicagoans. Okay. That was one incident. Then you had the guy out west that had the accident and they pulled him out and one of the agents was choking him and people were recording it. Okay. So again, follow-ups to all of these things, never. Nobody ever comes back with the follow-up. They talking about, oh, they're arresting Black people in Chicago. All of the Black people that they took from that building on the south side were released. The 37 people that they detained were all Venezuelans who were part of a particular gang. Y'all got to stop doing that shit. Y'all are really making me mad with this, okay? Especially for those people who don't live here, but you want to use these fucking stories as a way to get some engagement. Slow, pause, bro. I'd hate to get into it with some of y'all because I've seen some of y'all so-called influencers using this shit as a way for y'all to get attention and likes. Yes, this is a very serious issue, but I also want y'all to understand that there's never been a time that Black Chicagoans have not been under pressure. There's never been a time that we've not been fighting. So what are you talking about? Y'all want us to get so emotional that motherfuckers on the front lines of something. No. You have to step back and pay attention first and foremost here. We know how to pay attention to things that's going on around us. Okay. And y'all want people to get so upset that we go out into the streets and then some shit really happen. Black Chicagoans. Fuck all them people that's talking crazy on this internet, especially if they asses ain't from here. Y'all sit the fuck down, pull back, because you have to be able to process what is going on. If you go out there on some emotional shit, that's how things get twisted. That's how, because you're not thinking logically. I really need y'all to understand that this is not us against migrants. This is not us against anybody that they are here trying to detain. This is about us being a sanctuary city and our mayor and our governor pushing back on to stop posting about what's happening right now and not adding the fact that there was shit that led up to this happening. I ain't excusing nothing that they doing. But what I'm not going to do is put my people in no burning building. We going to hear me out. Be patient. I'm not saying that we won't do anything. I'm not saying that they won't try anything. I am saying you cannot react off of emotion.
I apologize for the language. Now, what she was talking about saying, I'm not saying we're not going to do anything. So I don't know what she's talking about right there. Okay. I agree with her on the part about, not letting people gaslight you, especially from people that are not even from Chicago. Clearly, by her saying who aren't here, she is currently in Chicago, just like the first lady. They would know. Okay, they would actually know. But these people really want Trump to fail. You hate him more than you love your own country. You hate the current, some of you, I'm talking about the liberals. Let me be clear. The liberals hate Trump so much. They hate him more than they love their country, more than they love their own families. Clock it. I said it. Because if he is the president over the country that you live in, why would you want him to fail? Just so you can get on the internet and say that Kamala Harris should have been elected? Well, she wasn't. Okay. And the last time I checked my Bible, it says God establishes authority for his own purposes. Okay, we need to be clear and stop being so doggone emotional. And if it's one thing you can really get a Black liberal emotional about, all you got to do is say racism and some other keywords. All you got to do is they get all up in arms without any information, without any factual evidence whatsoever. They're not even in Chicago, just like that woman said. And I've already explained to you how it has been in everywhere in the world. If you're hanging out with people that are doing things illegally and the law comes and you're there, they have to question you and then they let you go. Seriously. I'm not trying to talk like being condescending. I'm really not. This is towards the liberal people that get on my nerves because they make you want to say some choice words.
Let's get this clear for the record so nobody is confused, right? In 2020 and 2021, when Democrats, specifically Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, flooded Chicago with the illegal, undocumented criminal invaders, y'all didn't have nothing to say about that, right? When the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, gave them benefits, millions, prepaid EBT cards with $10,000 on it, prepaid Visa cards, 6 months worth of free rent, free healthcare, free childcare. Y'all were okay with that. And then you all continue to be okay with it by going out and voting for Kamala Harris to continue what she was doing with the open borders, right? Now that ICE is there to actually do something about it, right? With Trump's mandate, now you all are boohoo, whining and crying, complaining that ICE is coming to Black neighborhoods. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Where else are they supposed to go when that's where y'all allowed them to go? You see, Democrats didn't put these illegals in Oak Brook or Oak Park or Evanston in any of the white neighborhoods, yet you got the white liberals downtown protesting to keep those people there because they know that they're in Black neighborhoods. And y'all goofy. Y'all falling for this. Y'all voted for Kamala Harris, and now y'all are protesting ICE coming to Black neighborhoods to remove these criminal invaders. Y'all are calling ICE racist for coming to the Black neighborhoods. Well, why are they coming to the Black neighborhoods? Because that's where you all allowed them to go. So tell me you a goofy Democrat plantation slave without telling me you a goofy Democrat plantation slave.
Yes, Democrats knew what they were doing. They know how to emotionalize us. Not me. I did not vote for Kamala Harris. I voted for Donald J. Trump. November 5th, 2024. Yes, I did. Me and my whole family. I told y'all the dog even wanted to vote, but I said, Kobe, you can't do that. You're a dog. Okay, so anyway, they sent the illegals to Black neighborhoods. So if that's where the illegals are, that's where they have to go to get them. And the Democrats knew that. So they knew ahead of time that the ICE was going to come to the Black neighborhoods because they knew that that's the reason why they put them in the Black neighborhoods. So they can conveniently holler racism. Because inevitably, if you're someone of any ethnicity hanging out with an illegal, or it might be someone legal to this country, but they're involved in illegal activity, you got to go too so they can question you to find out what you know. And then when they realize you're innocent, they let you go back home. Okay, we got to stop being so, I'm trying to say I'm just going to say emotional, but I really want to say another word. That's why our parents told us don't hang around the wrong people. The Bible says bad company destroys good character. You have to pay attention who you hang around. And if you don't know people that well, I wouldn't go to their house, or I would not. And I would not have them come over to my house. I don't know you like that, bro, sister. Yeah, so I wanted to do this video because I'm like, where is the common sense? Where is the rationale? Why are people just like, this is how they get people to vote for that party? They're not thinking. When you're emotional, and we have time, anybody can be emotional, conservative, liberal, but liberals take it to another level. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. When you have someone that's emotional, they can't think. They're all up in arms. They can't even listen to reason. It can't even penetrate because they're in such a heavy delusion. They're so deceived. They're caught up in deception. Y'all know I like to keep it biblical. Matthew chapter 24, when the disciples asked Jesus, what are the signs of the end of the world coming? He said the first thing was make sure no one deceives you. That's what the word of God says. He says, take heed that no one deceives you. Deception is rampant. And people who are deceived, guess what? They don't know that they're deceived. Someone talking common sense, they think we're the ones deceived when it is actually them. We need to get to doing what is important in these last and evil days. Warriors, of course, pray, but tell people the truth and stand 10 toes down on it and stop being afraid. But that's what I wanted to share with you, because right now they're running that racism thing. They're running it, they're running it, they're running it, and they're running it. And we have to be hip to the game. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.